Hey, Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
And don't forget to listen to our Wednesday What to get your midweek boost. And we would love for you to check out our sponsor tab and consider joining us. If you have questions or need any additional information, please check out the sponsors tab on our website or contact us at info@allrightgetup.com. And we'd like to give a shout out to an amazing company and sponsor, Endeavor Promotions out of Birmingham, Alabama. Danny Kirkland has done an amazing job of our promo items, and we encourage you to check out his website, endeavorpromotions.com, or he can also be reached at 205-540-8292.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy and an amazing company. They have done a great job. Highly recommended.
So my next witty whisper plays into our previous witty whisper about wallpaper.
Oh, sweet.
You're familiar with Play-Doh,
yes.
correct?
Oh, I love Play-Doh.
Yeah, I even love the way it smells.
Right, it's great.
The original intention of Play-Doh was actually to be a wallpaper cleaner.
No way.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
It was invented by Joe McVicker. And so he learned from a teacher that kids were finding the molding clay used to be somewhat hard to manipulate. I don't know if you've ever used actual molding clay.
Yes, I have.
And it is a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
So he sent some of his squishy cleaning product for her to try out. It was a success. So he said, hey, I'm going to ship it to other schools in Cincinnati. And he did. And it was a big hit.
Wow. So he used it to clean wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, it probably was not different colors then.
I don't think
right?
so.
I have so many questions here because then it was like, it must have been a consistency of like, oh, well, we have smudges on the wallpaper. So here's my goopy goo. Right? That's going to help clean it off. He was actually the inventor before Mr. Eraser.
Yes.
Right.
That is very true.
Way to go, dude.
There's actually like one of those as seen on TV type products where it's like Play-Doh, you know, it's real flexible to be able to get into, like, say, your keyboard.
Right.
You know, where you can lay it flat against the keyboard and then you peel it off and it picks up all the things stuck where you normally couldn't, like, put a sponge or something. Yeah. So really, I wonder if they got the idea from Play-Doh.
Yeah, maybe so.
But anyway, so he showcased the modeling clay at a national education convention in 1955. And word spread to Macy's and Marshall Fields. By 1956, the wallpaper cleaner became Play-Doh. A year later, this kind of answers your question, the manufacturer offered a softer Play-Doh in primary colors.
Oh, okay. So they reinvented it, basically.
Yeah, they basically mixed the colors, the kids did, and they eventually made brown, which gets on my nerves. You know, I don't like them to mix.
Right.
You remember Captain Kangaroo? You remember that?
Oh, he was one of my favorites.
He endorsed Play-Doh.
Whoa.
I don't remember this chick, Miss Frances from Ding Dong School.
I don't remember her.
And I guess I kind of, maybe this sounds familiar, Play-Doh Pete appeared on product cans in 1960.
I loved Captain Kangaroo. Fun thinking about waking up and watching his show.
We never really mixed well together. I don't know what it was. I think it was his hair.
He did have a very unique style.
I'm like, can't you buy better hair?
He may have endorsed the bowl cut also.
I'm like, Mama, I can't watch this. Guy looks ridiculous. He's probably a very nice man, and I was prejudiced against hairstyles.
Right.
In the 1980s, Play-Doh expanded its palette to include 8 colors. Later versions sparkled with glitter, glowed in the dark, or smelled like shaving cream.
Okay, the last one, I'm really interested in.
I don't remember that.
Who wants one that smells like shaving cream?
Well, you know how they have those kits, and I love this kit because my parents bought me the barbershop.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And you could push the Play-Doh inside the little man, and then as you like wound it up, it would push the Play-Doh further into the man, and they had holes on the top of his hair, and it would look like hair coming out of the little holes because you know how like
didn't
50
he have
holes?
a beard too or something?
I think so. And then you had those crappy scissors, and you're trying to cut it.
Exactly.
Cut the Play-Doh, and I love that kit.
Right.
If anybody's listening, I wouldn't mind having one for Christmas. That's the great
That
thing
was
about
cool.
having the nephew and niece. I'm like, hey, don't you want a Play-Doh set?
Yeah.
And like my sister-in-law has to tell me, like, hey, that toy's really for the kids. Because I'm arguing with them, like, don't mix them. Don't
It's like,
mix them.
Rachel, give them their scissors.
Exactly. Well, because I don't let them mix them. I'm telling the toddler, no, mix them. Let's keep them separate so they're clean. It's clean Play-Doh. I want to mix them.
Yeah, but that's no fun. Play-Doh looks good in dirt.
No.
Oh, my OCD just went into effect.
No. And in case you're wondering, another stat for you. Recent estimates say that kids have played with 700 million pounds of Play-Doh.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But it's a real booger when it draws out.
Right, you could kill somebody with it. No, not that I'm endorsing
Joys
that,
or
but
something.
That's pretty hard Play-Doh.
Yeah. It is. I can just see an evidence bag, and then there's some dry Play-Doh being passed from the prosecutor to the judge.
I should say knock somebody out.
There you go.
It's better. All right, today, y'all, we have a special guest with us.
How exciting.
I know. We have my better half, Carol. Say hi.
Hi.
Very obedient.
Very right.
It's nice to have you with us, Carol.
What does it feel like today here in the studio?
Home?
That's a good answer. Good answer.
It's very relaxing, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Home and work.
Home
and work.
Yeah, a little bit of both, right?
Right.
Good balance.
Because we're in your office, in your home.
Yeah. And you're in my
Makeshift.
chair.
I like how I'm in your very comfortable,
Yes.
leathery, cushiony chair, and you're on a little stool.
Oh, boy. She's
Yeah.
rubbing it in.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, my feet can't touch the ground, so I'm having to use my tiptoes. Does that make you feel better?
A little bit.
Okay.
Right. Excellent. Oh, so we have part 2 of the pickle story today. Are you guys primed and ready for this?
I'm so excited.
All right, man. It's good stuff, I'm telling you. All right, so we had like 5 miles to go, dude. Okay. We were out in the middle of where? Southwestern Shelby County. Out in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
With cows?
With cows.
There probably are cows there.
Carol thought I was just going to leave her out in the middle of the woods somewhere and be like, oh, yeah, this is where it's all going to end. So
I do have a question. I don't want to cut up the cadence, but at one point, did you think I'm being kidnapped? Like, she's holding me against my will at this point.
Probably when the road was closed
Yeah. Okay.
because she knows that area really well. And I thought, okay,
this is it.
this is it. She is so over it at this point, and she's done helping me
Yeah.
because she's had a history of taking me out to strange places like that before too. On these
Ooh.
roads that are like, okay,
It's like, where does this go?
where?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't trust it.
I understand.
You heard that right.
Yes.
And I don't trust her. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Just
Yeah.
teasing.
Because when I was editing, I was like, I wonder if Carol at this point was like, just take me home for the love of everything that's good.
Very, very,
Right.
very
This
close.
is kidnapping.
Yes, very close. It did feel a little like kidnapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was certainly a trek. No doubt about that. All right, guys. So we were headed to the place, the pickle place, the place of unknown pickles where no one has had a
Pickles.
famous pickle before. Okay. So you guys remember they close at 7.
A little
And
early.
We were finally arriving and it was like 6:15. Okay. In the evening. People were there. They were seated and they were all, of course, probably finishing up their meals. But they still were eating and communicating and visiting and all of that. So it was cool. We thought, okay, we're fine. We're gonna walk in here. It'll be fine. We got plenty of time. We walk up and we start looking at the menu. And we know we're there for one thing in particular. And so
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's pickle time. It's my birthday.
it's
I
it's
finally made it through this gauntlet
on. Right.
to the pickles. So I'm telling the girl, hey, I want an order of pickles. And she looks at me and she says, oh, we aren't able to get any pickles. They're on back order.
Unbelievable. You should have just seen our faces.
So an hour later, no pickles.
No pickles.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
pickles.
What was
Strike
your
two.
reaction?
Well, I don't think I can verbalize it here.
You need a video camera.
Yeah, probably a video would be better. But
Were you vocal with your disappointment, or did you pretend like, oh, okay?
no, I did actually look at the girl and I said, "You've got to be kidding me. We just drove all the way across the county just for the pickles."
So it made her feel good.
Yeah, like she could do anything about it. So we decided to branch out and stay because at this point it was late enough and we were starving. So we ordered hamburger steaks. And I'm thinking a hamburger steak is like big,
Right.
large thing of
Yeah.
meat, right?
Right. Meaty.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
Yeah.
like,
Come
know,
on.
I expect it to be fairly sizable with gravy and onions and all that stuff. And this place isn't a fanfare kind of place, so everything they give you is in to-go things anyway.
Right.
So we get the to-go containers and we're like, well, let's just go sit. It was cold. This was January. So
Right.
we sat inside, which we haven't ever done until this one time. And we open up our containers and we both kind of look down and it's like, that's the size of a hockey puck.
Do you think they got confused between hamburger steak and just a hamburger patty?
No. There was no way.
They did attempt. It had gravy and onion on it.
Oh, it did have that. Okay.
It did have the effects that I think she kind of got the gist, right?
It tasted like they microwaved the meat and everything else was just kind of barely, I think there were like 3 little onions on top and a couple of little spoons of gravy. And I mean, we had clearly eaten at this place many times before and always loved it. So we both took a bite and we both just kind of kept looking at each other. And we were like, you could just read our minds. I mean, we both just were like, we're not eating this. We're not eating this.
How many bites did you take out of it before you came to that decision?
2.
2. Okay.
2 bites. And I could see her picking at it.
Yeah.
Because when she starts moving food around, and just kind of picking.
She's analyzing it.
She's analyzing it.
What is this and how long did it take them to mock it up, right? I did eat my green beans.
You
so
did.
I was a good girl there.
Right.
But yeah.
I think I ate my onion
trouble.
rings because
Yeah.
I ordered onion rings, only got 3.
Right. And they
They were
actually
tiny. They weren't even like big onion rings. I'd be
Yeah.
okay if it was the big onion rings, but
Right.
these were just little tiny.
Yeah. These were frozen bag onion rings.
Yeah.
So
Like similar to what you might see at a popular fast food
Yeah.
restaurant that sells onion rings.
Got you.
Anyway, so we made the decision to kind of just close up the stuff, throw it away, and leave. And that is what we did. We
Yep.
threw the food away.
respectively.
I was going to say, down, did you throw it like at the garbage container?
We wanted to. We really were pretty discreet because I was a little embarrassed and I was like, there's still people around us and they knew we had just sat down. And I didn't want to just be like, wow, they ate in like 2 seconds, So
Right.
we just kind of picked it all up, closed it up, put it away, and left. In disgust. In major disgust at this point.
Did you sigh?
Oh, I'm certain of it.
Okay.
I'm
Probably
certain.
cried and
There weren't any tears, but there was a heavy amount of frustration at that point because there were no pickles. There was the gauntlet to even get there. And now we're leaving hungry still.
yeah.
Did you think at some point, why did I order something obscure from the menu?
Yes, actually I did.
Well, I have to be honest now. They usually have really good onion rings, and they're usually pretty sizable. So I felt like the staff was like, let's just get them out.
Right.
We've got 35 minutes before we close
Right.
at this point. Just throw 'em- what's left in the back.
That was our observation as well, because we thought, you know what, they've run out of most everything and they're just like piecing stuff together and pulling from and doing small amounts. I mean, that was kind of what
Right.
we thought. So
Nuke that patty.
right.
Go grab me 2 out of the fridge real quick.
Yeah.
These jokers just ordered hamburger steaks.
Yeah,
I didn't
for
even know
real.
we sold that.
Is that even on our menu?
That's exactly what somebody said. What?
I thought we erased that.
Right. That's still up there? Jeez.
Because their menu is on a chalkboard.
Right.
Right, yeah.
I guarantee whoever's cooking that was like, I did not know that was on the menu. They're doing like a mass panic to try to find them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And Paul found them. Like,
Yeah.
I found them. There's 2.
Perfect.
I can't read the date, but they're back there.
Go to the
Let
Dollar
me-
General and get some gravy.
Yeah. Right. So get those onions over there. You were going to put on that hamburger.
Right. Instead of doing the onion rings, fry them, just throw me 2 or 3.
Right.
You think they want more? No, just 2 or 3. That's plenty.
Just put a little onion powder on it. It'll be okay.
They'll never notice.
Right.
Just make it taste like one.
I mean, who comes into a barbecue place and orders
Right.
hamburger steak?
So, I mean, that's the thing. But who goes to a barbecue place and orders nachos?
Well, I like to clarify those are barbecue nachos. Do you see barbecue place, barbecue nachos?
Right. But I've never eaten barbecue at this place. I've always ordered something different. And it was always very good.
Because you're different. No, I have not gotten a bad meal, but I haven't gone on a weeknight 45 minutes before they've closed.
I really just wanted the pickles.
Just insert sound effect of a knife going in someone's back.
Right? You're making it a lot better.
I feel like I am.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
This is great.
Lift you up, make you feel good about your decisions.
Well, we want to do this again.
Aren't you glad you're a special guest?
As the headphones go down and she leaves the room.
No. I'll be good for the next 5 minutes.
All right. So we throw the food away and we leave.
Yes.
And at this point, I think Joy was really trying to make sure I didn't completely have it come apart, probably. She was just like, well, where do you want to go now? I mean, I'll take you anywhere. You know, I mean, she really was just like, we can go anywhere you want.
Right now, we need to insert the sound effect of the alarm going off where it's like, wah, 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 wah.
So,
Everyone find your emergency vest.
what was your frame of mind? Now you've not gotten the pickles, you have gotten a really poor meal.
Yeah, you know, on the way over there, we were talking about last time, right, that I was already trying to keep things afloat because I was losing a little hope myself, right? And and so by the time we got there and we said we got the news that there are no pickles, and then my meter went down just a little further at that point. And I thought, okay, well, we still have a little room to redeem ourselves, you know, here a little bit if we get a really good meal, good food. And when that bombed out, I was pretty much to that point walking out to the car going, okay.
How can I turn this around?
The only thing I can think of at this point is a pint of ice cream.
Oh,
It was
true.
like, you know what? I mean, that seems to be the go-to, right? You know, you get a little ice cream and, you know, find a good blanket, you know, or something to make yourself feel better. But yeah, that was sort of where my frame was. I'm like, you know, we got to keep this thing, we got to make it home. So we got to keep this thing afloat.
So not only are you trying to keep it afloat, I mean, it's gaining water.
It's gaining water.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, at this point, you're still sloshing water out, but it's become a little slower effect, you know?
Because I picture you in this boat trying to pail out the water.
Yeah.
I picture Carol in the back, totally shut down.
I'm just staring out the window with an aimless look.
Exactly. That's
Right.
exactly. Yeah. Like,
Yep.
just I want to go home.
Right. Yep. We had a discussion there, like where we were, what had happened. It turned out to be a lot of tears at first. Maybe not literally, but internally. We're
Emotional.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
emotional, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And everybody says like, what, 3 strikes and you're out, you know, and you're thinking, where are we in this game, right? But then we pulled up our bootstraps and we were like, yeah, okay. So what do we really want? Let's make this work.
Let's go to a franchise.
I told her, I said, you take me to this specific fast food place. I want to go there and I want a hamburger and French fries, and that's it. I am reducing it now to a fast food place. I want a cheeseburger and fries, and I want to sit in the car and eat it. I don't even want to take it home. I don't want to drive home with it. Just take me there, order the hamburger, and I'll sit in the car and eat it.
Okay.
That was it. So getting there was fine. Of course, that worked
good.
out perfect.
Yeah, by this time we knew every nook and cranny and every dark and dirty road there was.
In
So
Shelby County.
Everything's open.
that was easy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we get to this place and we order the food, and that's all fine. And so she's like, where do you want to park? I was like, just go down there to the end. I want to be where there's not a bunch of people. Of course, at this point, it's probably like 7:30, close to almost 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
There's not that many people there. But anyway, she parks down there by
Good
this
area.
curb. It's all
Yeah.
fine. It's not like a bad area.
Yeah.
This is in a shopping center right close to where we live.
Right.
And it's all really well lit. And so she parks where I tell her to. down by this curb, and there's like the grassy curb in front too. So it's kind of like an L shape. So there's just a few spots to your right, and that's it. So we sit there, and it's like, oh, these burgers are actually nice and hot and fresh. And it's like, go figure. Could have just come right over here 5 minutes from the house and had dinner, you know? And so we're opening this stuff up and starting to eat. And all of a sudden I'm like, why is there a strobe light flashing? I mean, it's just like so incredibly bright. And it's like this bright, bright blue light. And I look in the mirror and there's cops behind us. And
I mean, right behind us,
like
too.
literally,
Like,
I could have reached out and just touched their SUV.
we could not back up.
There was no leaving the spot.
no.
And we could not pull forward.
Right. There was no going forward. There was no backing up because we were trapped at this point because they had blocked in a truck that had come up in there and stopped. I guess they were pulling him over for I don't know what. And so there were 2 SUVs with big blue. You know how bright those are.
They're very bright at
They're
night.
extremely bright at night. And even in a parking lot with lights and stuff, it was still just excruciatingly distracting and bright right behind us. And so all we're seeing in the mirrors and behind us and reflecting our hamburgers look blue. So I thought, okay, all right, this is how it ends right here. I'm about to be arrested for sure. Because I'm just going to like throw the food
Oh, boy.
and get out of the car and be like,
What's about to happen?
why? Why is this happening to me? Can you please explain
I could
this?
just say, ma'am, get back in the car. Pick up your burger and get back in the car. Your Frosty's on its way. Just get back
Right.
in. But you haven't finished your meal.
No.
Okay.
We're still eating in the flashing blue strobe lights.
That's very romantic.
It's very disco oriented at this point.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just the entire time we ate, they sat there.
Apparently, they had a little extra work to do on this fella.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they did actually wind up, I think, arresting him and putting them in one of the SUVs,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
wow.
really not giving us much comfort at that point. So, yeah,
It was a birthday to remember.
it was. And we did finally finish our food, our blue food. And I looked at her and I said, okay, now what are we going to do about this? Because we couldn't go anywhere. We were just sitting,
Right.
flashing.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, maybe. Because there was literally maybe 2 feet behind us. So she starts backing up. I'm like, you can't do this. What are you going to do? Drive the car up over this grass, you know? And she's
Over the curb.
over the curb in the grass. I mean, it's not a 4x4, you know? If we'd have been in the truck, it would have been fine. I'd have just hit 4x4 and boom, we'd have been gone. No problem. It would have been like a pothole.
Right.
But she starts backing and pulling and backing and pulling, and amazingly gets the car turned just enough to where we could go out through the other parking spots, the wrong direction in the parking lot.
With 2 cops sitting
With
there
2
in the
cops.
parking lot.
We had to kind of like
No, I'm kidding.
squeeze by them to get back the opposite direction. So, and we went home.
You didn't think about turning around and saying, hey, there's your police escort home.
Right.
That probably wouldn't have boded very well.
Oh, goodness.
At
So-
some point during the parking lot meal, did you lean over and like, happy birthday, babe?
Right.
She did not.
Or was it just, you just eat in complete silence?
We pretty much just ate.
Like you've never looked more beautiful in blue.
Yeah. Consequently, I have
awesome.
never yet gotten the pickles from the place we tried to get them from since that incident.
Yeah.
I have had fried pickles since then, but I want those fried
Make
pickles.
up pickles.
They are good fried pickles. Now, do you feel like you're going to go there soon?
Probably right after this.
News break, insert sound effect.
There you go.
Follow up.
Yeah.
So we'll have a follow-up in a couple of weeks to see if you were able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'll
get the
stop by
pickles.
and be like, yay or nay on the pickles.
Excellent. Well, we'll have a makeup follow-up pickles to share.
Okay.
We need to know a rating from 1 to 10, how your pickles will rate. So be prepared for that.
Can I be honest with you? Which I
No.
don't know why I always say that because I am.
Lie to her.
Yeah,
Just lie to her.
I've heard that answer and I'm going to ignore it. I'm very nervous about your pickle journey today. Like, I feel like I should call the restaurant up and say, I need you to bring in your best chef.
All right.
And I need you to really work hard on these pickles.
Man, it'd be actually funny. That would be great.
She might call them.
Yeah.
I am
Would you
crazy
do
enough. Yeah, I would. I would.
Well, I'm hopeful that since January that maybe they have fixed their pickle shortage.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there was a pickle shortage we were unaware of.
Well, there must have been. We'll
Thanks
see.
for sharing that with us today.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
We thoroughly enjoyed you being here. So this pickle story, oh my goodness, it about wore me out. I think I need to go pour me a drink right now. I'm not really sure. It feels that way. But yeah, this whole thing, I mean, you know, if you think about it, on days like this, I don't know. That's what you feel like doing, going home and just finding the nearest bartender, help you get through it. But what a memory that is, and what an amazing memory. And I think there are often times in life that we can think of that and think of the days when, wow, it just feel like we had more than 3 strikes and we should have been out already. Is this day ever going to end? I mean, something's really got to turn around. Something good's got to happen, right? But one of the most amazing things about that day is the time I got to spend with Carol, the memories I got to make. The conversation that we had on a rural road out in the middle of nowhere where you get to know somebody and you talk about things and you share things and the memories that you make. And that's what you have to think about in times like this. You think about the good things and you think about the memories that one day you'll look back on and that's really what's going to be the glue that holds everything together. Everything is gone in an instant. And you guys remember that it's not about stuff. And it's not about what you have or, you know, what you can even acquire to have. It's all about who you're with and who you love and who you can help and make as many memories as you can and hold on tight to them. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, a pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7, and they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay true to yourself, embrace the power of kindness, and know you matter. Till next time, friends.